What's up, y'all? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rosedale26, and I'm going to show y'all how I got my big break into the music industry. Okay, so first off, I remember, starting off singing when I was probably like 13 years old. I was in a sticky situation. I was getting bullied a lot. I was getting, teased a lot because I didn't come from too much. You know what I'm saying? I was a young girl from the hood who didn't want to be associated with that environment. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have many shoes. I didn't have many clothes. I didn't have, as much as I do now. But I knew what I wanted to do when I started, finding myself and when I started making friends. I started looking at my friends or at least the people around me in the neighborhood. And when I was younger, I ate a lot of candy. So I knew that I was good at selling items. I was good at promoting myself. I was good at getting myself out there. I was good at communicating and networking with people that was doing the same information. I'm from Dallas, Texas, for one. So back to what I was saying about the being 13 years old. I was 13 years old. I was in my room one day, and all of a sudden, I have this epiphany in my mind. And I was like, how can I put this to use and how can I put this to light and be able to reach an audience in a positive way and in a positive message? And then as soon as I started manifesting into that, everything started changing within an instant. My mom actually enrolled me into the summer camp, and there we met a whole bunch of friends, a whole bunch of people, we went a whole bunch of places, Six Flags. I'm 13 at the time, so this is exciting and new for me. So I'm meeting a whole bunch of people. I'm meeting a whole bunch of, coaches who teach professional basketball. I'm meeting a whole bunch of, people who has their foot in the industry already, CEOs and building owners and all that stuff. So I'm really excited because I get to meet with people my age, while, my mom's at work. So my first big break, I got on stage. I joined the step team with the recreation center that I was going to. And we didn't quite make it as you would say, but it was an experience because at that time I knew that I loved the stage and the stage loved me and the spotlight was on me. Well, not all on me, but on the team. But I loved it, and I loved the attention that I got from the crowd while I was doing these, while I was doing the steps and the drills and stuff like that. So I followed that and I took that. I'm gonna get back to the singing in a minute. I took that and I went to school. I was going to school out there in the country, out there way in the boonies. And I still joined a team. I still joined a drill team, a step team. And we performed for like a pep rally, at a pep rally. And it clicked again. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew how I wanted to go about it. I knew what path. I didn't know what path to take at that time, but I knew that if I keep manifesting into it, then I would eventually end up, where I am today. You know what I'm saying? After that, after all of that, it transitioned. So fast forward to maybe like the 7th grade. That was like the fourth grade. So it goes from 13 years old, then it goes to the 3rd or 4th grade, and then the 7th grade. So now within the 7th grade, I joined a step team in my school, in my middle school, called the Millennium Steppers. And we went on many trips and we went on many occasions. Now, this was the real deal. Like when I was 13 and when I was at the recreation center, I felt like there was practice. I felt like there was rehearsal. I felt like there was tryouts. So we had to do tryouts, however, with this Millennium Steppers team. We have a, somebody that was named Miss Sade. She was with a sorority, however, and she was, she was cold with the steps. She was cold with the steps. We went to practice every day. Did I exercise every day, ran around the auditorium, ran around steps, ran around the whole, did the whole nine. And plus on my class schedule, I always had like an exercise class. So I'm very big on athletics as well. So that's just cut the whole thing out. But as we progress, it was many people that tried out, but it was many people that tried out, but I didn't have the faith that I would make it. I knew what I wanted to do, but I had the faith that I would make it because, for one, it was a lot of stipulations and it was a lot of stigma and it was a lot of, it was a lot of backlash on, on who could be a stepper and how to do so. How to remember the steps and go to practice, and are you committed and are you dedicated and are you, So when I tried out, I fell. I fell hard. I fell hard on my ass. I fell. I cried. I felt like giving up, however. But the coach that was teaching us, she was so understanding, and she was very she was like, this happens, so get up, get back, get back up and do, do this again, do the steps again, so that you can be able to, so that you can be able to perform and you can be able to be on stage and be what you want to be. So after that, I got to be on the team, Millennium Steppers. Yay, good for me. So I got to be on the team. Next thing you know, next day, practice every single day. We're raising fundraisers. We're doing step shows. We're doing pep rallies. We're doing a lot of things that, to help build the name and build the crowd and promote the whole step team, and we traveled across the world. I mean, not across the world. Yeah, that's how far that I wanted to go with it. But we traveled across the DFW, and we ended up winning out of all the 6 competitions that we had. We ended up winning first place in 5 of 6 of those competitions. But the one that we didn't end up winning first place on was the we won second place on, and we were in Killeen, Texas for that. And so that was devastating. I cried there too. I cried during that time too, because I felt like that we should have won first place. I felt like, it wasn't fair. I wanted to fight, and but at the end of the day, they was telling me like, oh, this is just, out of all the first place trophy awards that we won, then we only won second place on this one. And I was like, okay. I just let it go. I was like, but that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable towards me. So I've always had this whole, ambition vibe type thing about me in order to always do my best and always do my performances, however. So where that led the Millennium Steppers, we got to perform. We got to perform in parades, and I don't mean just parades as in like, oh yeah, the community is doing a parade, the block is doing a parade, or however. No, we're doing it for like events like the Martin Luther King parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade. We're performing, and not to mention, it is hot as I don't know what. It is crazy when you're performing and you're moving at the same time and you have to work at the same time, work your body. That takes a lot of hard work and consistency with every single thing. It was just a crazy experience. I couldn't believe it because we were in like thousands of we were outside in the cold during the summer, and it was crazy. It's thousands of people looking at us, so we're nervous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I going to remember my steps? Am I going to remember the routines? Am I going to get hot? Which I did get hot. Am I going to mess up? And I did mess up. But one thing that kept me going was the saying that, like, the show must go on. Like, when you're out there doing a performance and when you're out there doing something, the show must go on, even if you mess up, even if you mess up on your words, even if you mess up on a routine, even if you mess up, you better make something up. As soon as you mess up, you better make something up, because if you sit there and stand still and make it seem like you don't have nothing to do or nothing to come up with, you are bringing the whole team down. I do not want to be affiliated, be the person that brings the whole team down just because I don't have the creativity to come up with what I have to come up with. But in my next video, I will tell you guys now, I will tell you guys how I got my break into the industry and the music industry. Right now, I'm currently a songwriter with, a company, however, and I'm also a publisher. Yeah, I'm also a publisher, a songwriter, and I network with different people on a different basis, however, you know what I'm saying? So, back to when I was 13, I was listening to Alicia Keys. And my favorite album of hers at that time was Songs in the Minor. Me being a little girl, I was sitting in my bed and I have all these little bears around me, and I would pretend like that was my audience. So I'm singing, I'm working on my vocals. And when when I'm working on my vocals, it was like a euphoric experience, because I didn't know I had this voice on me. I didn't know I had this, and I just invested time in it. And I was 13 at the time, and now I am 29, and I am doing what I love. I get to network with a whole bunch of people. I get to make new friends. I get to see new ideas. I get to see new adventures. Of course, I have to deal with the drama and the stress. But at the end of the day, y'all, it is so rewarding to do what you love. It is so rewarding, even if you have to stop for a while and go another route, or you have to stop for a while and do something else until your big break comes. Like, because you don't want to just be in the hype of the passion. Like, you don't want to be in the hype of the passion, because if you're in the hype of the passion, then of course you're not going to have a plan. You're not going to have a focus or a plan in which area you want to go in first, because there are many different steps, and it's a chain of command in which you have to do in order to get the biggest name that you want to get, depending on how big you want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's a chain of command. So it's not it's not gonna be all fun. It's not gonna be all cookie cutter. It's not gonna be all, hey, you did a good job. However, clap, 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 pat on the back, whoop de woo. It's not gonna be none of that. I mean, it's going to be some of that if you do your best work and if you give your best performance. But it's gonna be some hard days. It's gonna be some stressful times. It's gonna be some days where you're gonna want to go and you gotta talk to somebody about what you're doing. It's going to be a point to where you're gonna question your craft. It's going to be a point to where you don't have the money or the means, so you have to figure out creative ways in order to do what you love to do. And that's where the boring part comes in at. You know what I'm saying? Of course, no one wants to put time into the boring part of it. No one wants to put time and energy into the boring part. And when I say the boring part, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying, when you're sitting down planning, it's like writing a business plan or however, and you're writing down your business plan and you're actually trying to come up with the strategy and the coordination in order to do in order to be a success and brand the way you want to be, the way you want to be perceived, the way you want to be branded. However, no one wants to do with that part. But the thing about it is, it has to be done. But at the end of the segment, I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to follow my podcast on Anchor. I will tell y'all more details of how to break into the industry, of how to maintain your creativity and how to develop your passion and keep your passion. But you follow me on Instagram, RoseStyles26. Follow me on Twitter, RoseStyles26. Catch all my music, www.reverbnation.com/RoseStyles26. Also, I do be in the community, and the moral of the story is, as long as you know what you want to do in life, as long as you know your passion, as long as you know how you want to maintain your life, especially when it comes to your income and making it in this industry. Like, you don't just want a side hustle. You want money, like stability to come in, and you want it to stay. You want it to stick. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a family, husband, kids, a house, car. You know what I'm saying? Just the basic grown up, you know what I'm saying, necessity of things, you know what I'm saying, bills, and, you know, putting money aside for rainy days and emergencies. You really have to know how to monetize yourself, and you have to monetize your craft, and you have to make sure your craft has a population, or like a Deadpool, of people who's willing to put in, who has the same time frame as you, and you want to connect with those people who have the same time frame as you, and who want that same energy, and you want that same people, because you want to match that energy. Once you get into the manifesting of matching that energy, then possibilities are endless. If you're around an environment where you're stagnant, you're dealing with, you know, people who are not matching their energy, you might want to go a different route, because it is very vital. Because when you find people that match your energy, ideas are going to bounce, and ideas are going to bounce off this person, that person, you, this person, and it's going to, and they don't mind sharing this information, just like I don't mind sharing this information, you know. So I will keep you guys tuned. Follow me, Instagram, RoseStyles26, and this is my YouTube channel. Peace.